Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bummer Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfellow, Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
All right, man, let's talk about Derrick James. Lost two big fights in a row. Some people would say Frank Martin lost to that Artem guy. People saying that Derrick James is overrated. He's been exposed and stuff of that nature. I mean, it reminds me of the Freddie Roach effect where Freddie Roach, had a lot of hype. And it's a lot that go into being a trainer that gets popular or just being a great trainer in general. But those popular trainers where you said when Freddie Roach had all these fighters, he must be better than Floyd Sr. But it's a lot that go into that as far as, these guys today, you can't be as strict with them. Even when Freddie Roach was hot about 10 years ago, you think if he was super duper strict on Manny Pacquiao, Pacquiao would have kept training with him. It's pretty much you let these dudes do what they want to do. When they show up to the gym, then, you train them. Derrick James is very sociable. Seem like the guys like him and they respect him. But all this stuff that we talk about with these fighters losing is deeper than Derrick James. It's only so much he can do. And I think he's still working 9 to 5. Okay? I still think he works a 9 to 5. So it's only so much he can do. He can't control the activity level. He can't control what they do in between fights. I mean, shit, during training camp, he can't control what they do. Because I guarantee you, he thinking the same thing I'm thinking when it comes to Errol Spence, which Errol Spence should go somewhere else and go train. But then again, if he's still working a 9 to 5, then he probably need to stay in the area, and that's probably one of the reasons why they stay in the Dallas area. All right, and like I said before, I think it's smart of him to work a 9 to 5 and have his benefits and his 401k or pension. Very few places got pension. I think it's smart. So I don't really think it's a full indictment on Derrick James being an overrated trainer, being a hot name. A lot going to that. Well, he didn't have Stephen Fulton. Excuse me. I meant Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo, Errol Spence, and a lot of people thought Frank Martin lost. Now, one of the biggest criticisms of him is that he doesn't get his fighters to move their head off the line. They all fight a certain type of way, and the type of way they fight is on the line. They're durable fighters. They don't have defense. I mean, people have said they caught him quoting saying you don't need to make adjustments. You just need to step up the volume, be in great condition, and stuff of that nature. And some of the coaching that he was giving in the corner, Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford, a lot of people didn't like it. Antonio Tarver said, "What did he train him? What did he train him? What did he do? He did nothing." And not being able to get Earl good advice. And Terrence Crawford became out and said the advice that after he watched the fight that Derrick James was giving Errol Spence wasn't good advice. It wasn't good advice. And they didn't make any adjustments, and you can kind of tell that they fear getting in the ring with Terrence Crawford for years, and this is why they talking points would always go outside the ring into the business of boxing. When you hear his trainer start talking like he don't want to fight, what I'm saying, that is what it is. He got out coached versus Canelo Alvarez. I don't think that was on him. He had a fighter that he wanted to come in at 164 pounds. He came in 0.6 under the 168-pound limit. He had a fighter that had coming off a broken hand. It's not his fault. He had a fighter who was coming off a 17-month layoff. That wasn't his fault. So, I mean, we can go on and on like Erica Badu about some of these things that we speaking on, and but some of it ain't his fault. Y'all want to know I'm doing this over the voiceover. Well, I was supposed to go live yesterday, but the streaming application I was using is down right now. So it's been down since yesterday, last evening. So Sunday evening. So I had to put it on here. But nonetheless, but a large responsibility is on him. to be able to make these adjustments, to put game plans together when the fighters are not perfectly match made, and he hasn't shown the ability to do so. It was the same Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford. The same mistakes, where he throw a punch and he leave all his weight over his front foot. You know what I'm saying? Where he don't bring his hands back home, where he square up and throw the left hand. I mean, these are all things that I spoke on. And Terrence Crawford exposed it, and they knew it was coming. I mean, shit, in the open workout they had for the Crawford fight, Derrick James clipped him with a right hook, I think it was, doing the pad work. He clipped this dude with a right hook. So that's pretty much what you honestly just need to know. So, he got Jermell. Charlo was a fluid fighter that could box and move. He did make him more of an aggressive, flat-footed fighter that can get on the front foot and do some things. So he kind of made him a complete fighter. They never put it all together. In the Castanos fight, he started putting it all together. But, the Canelo fight, he started getting on his white horse and ride the white horse, and he started just biking around or horsing around the ring. You'll think that he would come up with more tailor-made game plans, but the very same style that he teaching them is the very same style that he got. Very stiff, robotic, not a lot of bend at the knees. Depends on durability. Depends on, your power. And if you don't got certain things, Derrick James can help you have shown the ability to be able to be a versatile trainer. Defense is lacking. Offensive versatility is lacking. And these are things I said a long time ago. A lot of these fighters are just match made to look better than what they are. And matchmaking is the star of the show. Had Errol Spence got in there with some real contenders, he would have lost a long time ago. He lost a very long time ago under Derrick James' tutelage. Remember, Floyd Sr. said if I had him, I would have him on his toes more. So is he overrated? Absolutely. He's not one of the best trainers in the game. I mean, Bomac, Robert Garcia, they both better trainers. I think Robert Garcia might be the best current trainer going on right now. Whereas a lot of people felt Freddie Roach was overrated. And a lot of things that Freddie Roach benefited was from the matchmaking of Manny Pacquiao and Amir Khan. He benefited greatly from those things. Greatly. But I ain't here to piss on his parade. I think the year he won Trainer of the Year, he deserved it. This is why I always tell myself I can never get too high. I can never get too low. With praise or accolades or something of that nature. Program to humble myself because, one day they could be building you up like they building the pyramids, and they could be tearing you down the next day. So I never, when people have great things to say about me, I never get too high on them. I never get too low on them. I try to stay as even keel as possible. It's like that Brand Nubian song they had later in their discovery or their career. Don't let it go to your head now. I never let it go to my head. That's just me. And I always tell myself, I remember Future said, I hope I could just remain humble. That's all you can really hope for. Because some tables turn real quick out here. One day you Derrick James, you on top like you scared of the drop. Next thing you know, fans saying you the most overrated thing in the sport of boxing history. Or one of the most overrated coaches. So, it be like that sometimes. It really do. But, I just feel that I seen some deficiencies there. When, a fighter, you don't have a durability, you don't have a power advantage, they at a disadvantage. Can't teach you how to counter, can't teach you how to get off the line, can't teach you how to get on your toes, can't teach you to be on the back foot. A lot of things he can't teach you. I seen it. All his fighters fight the same. All of them. He's good for fighters to have a physical power, a durability advantage. If you ain't got no power, don't go train with Derrick. Don't go train with Derrick. Don't. Don't do it. If you can't take a punch, don't go train with Derrick. Don't do it. Real talk. Don't do it. Don't do it. So, but that's my opinion on it. But a large part of it is got to do with the fighters' inactivity. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance, get notifications. We go live and drop video. Financially want to support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. And let me know if you think Derrick James is overrated. Peace.